Hey guys, it's Lethal Port and we're back at it with Jade Empire. We have to go and talk to Hoi about what Chikar told us, and then we will head back to see Rue the Bargeman, so that we can head to the pirate's lair.
Back again. Have you been to the ruins yet? Time is running short. If you don't find the missing piece of your amulet, the Lotus Assassins will.
The Lotus Assassins already took the amulet from the
Sunli
ruins.
warned me that others might come, but all is not lost. The Lotus Assassins have a piece of the amulet, but so do you. Victory is far from decided. Whatever the outcome may be, my part in these events is over. Now that you have been to the ruins, I may finally take my leave of this town. I have served Sunli for many years, but there comes a time when all service must end. My final task was to direct you to the ruins. Now, I am no longer bound. And so I step away. I have no further part to play, and I am glad for it. Perhaps history will clear my doubts and show my time was worthwhile. I wish you luck.
Bye, Hoi. Well, I guess it's off to... Wait, is there... I need to, get more chi. And there isn't really anywhere I can do that here, so off we go. Wait, I want to see. I swear I felt there was something to do here, but maybe not. Actually, before I go over to him, I'm going to talk to Darting Lynx.
Hello again. What's on your mind this fine day? I'd be happy to. I'll be leaving Tan's Landing someday soon, and silver always helps the trip go smoother. Let's see what I can teach you.
Okay, I should be able to get everything. And there we go. I know that I'm too much of a way of the open palm and all that stuff, but let's see.
You? Again? I have no time for those who do not understand strength. Return when your actions tell me that you follow the way of the closed fist, and perhaps I will consider you.
Meh. I know that there's a seal, but am I able to deal with this seal? Can't remember. Okay. Let's go to Rue and get to my baby Sky. There he is.
There you are! I confess that when I got down here, I wasn't sure I actually met you. Too much wine in me. I thought you might have been a dream, but here you are. I can take you to the if you still want to go. It'll be an easy trip. The river is quite tame again since you closed the dam. No danger at all. Until you meet the pirates. The only questions I ever get are things like, I'll take you.
Let's take me
And
to
if
the
the
pirate
pirates slit your throat and dump your body in the river, I'll bring you back to town for a nice burial. If they leave your body on land, you're out of luck.
I suppose this is the only way for us to continue. I just hope he isn't wasting our time.
There's Sky. My sneaky babe.
I can take you no farther. Be wary in this place. Pirates everywhere.
Come with me. I can use
Not
your help.
I. Remember, this barge is our only way out of here. Someone has to guard it, or else the pirates could cut us off. If any pirates come by and try to take my barge, I'll show them how well I use my paddle. Good luck to you in there, and if you need to leave in a hurry, just come running.
Thanks, Rue. Hurry up, you worthless cur. We've been waiting for dinner for
I'm sorry,
over
I'm
an
sorry.
hour.
Your brothers inside made me clean up their chicken bones. I came as soon as I finished, but in my haste I tripped and fell down the stairs.
I'm tired of your excuses, you useless bag of dung. You think we should take pity on you just because you used to be one of us? You're nobody now. If you weren't so pathetic, we'd have sold you as a slave long ago. Get up, you sniveling cur. I'll bet this boy cleaning the dock could do a better job fetching our wine. Screw up again and I'll slit your throat.
I'm sorry, don't beat me! I'll get the wine and some food, yes?
Okay. It's already stocked. Piled my stuff.
Make me crawl like a dog? This'll teach them a lesson they won't forget. Come on, stupid rope, come on! Make them sorry they ever... Huh? Wait, don't hurt me, I was just,
Hey, you're no pirate. I remember the face of everyone I used to sail with, and I've never seen you before. My name's Chum.
Who are you?
Once I was a pirate on the river, but things were different then. We took pride in our work. We were professionals, not like these lazy, drunken louts. The younger pirates used to look up to me. Now they treat me like dirt. They treat me worse than that slave cleaning the pier. But I'm gonna get even. I'll show them.
How are you going to get
Those
even?
drunks on the pier were supposed to unload the ship, but they're too lazy to finish the job. They left a cannon suspended above the dock, supported by this single rope. One quick pull and that cannon comes crashing down, taking out the dock and anyone on it. But my old bones can't pull hard enough to loosen the knots in the rope.
What about the slave
I got
cleaning
nothing
the dock?
against the kid, but dropping the cannon is the easiest way to wipe out everyone on the pier. Tough break for the kid, but much easier for you. You want to take the guards on face to face, I won't stop you. Still think you should use the rope, though. Tough break for the kid cleaning the pier, but much easier for you. But whatever you're gonna do it quick. Won't be long until those pirates on the dock start wondering what's taking me so long with their wine.
jerk. Oh, I can't jump. There we go.
They're dead. I don't have to sweep the dock no more. You saved me. Oh, but there's more pirates inside. Lots more. They'll catch you, and you'll be a slave like the rest of us. Or they'll kill you.
What do you know about the other
This whole
pirates
island
here?
is crawling with pirates. They'll kill you. They won't catch me again. I know where to hide.
Okay, good. Go hide. Nothing here.
Those pirates didn't seem to give you much trouble at all. Back in my day, a pirate knew how to fight, but these young ones are soft and weak. Gao ruined everything. I tried to tell them, but nobody listened. You'd think the Lotus Assassins would have been a warning. Even a pirate knows better than to get mixed up with them.
Tell me about
the
Gao.
Greater, as he calls himself, is the leader of the guild, a powerful crime syndicate. They never used to bother with us until Gao came to power. Gao himself came and took over our operations. He began building the flyers, and he made slaving our main activity. My own men turned on me. Now they treat me like a dog. A few months later, the Lotus Assassins showed up. Gao must have some kind of deal worked out with them. Whatever they're up to, it must be something big.
Tell me about the Lotus
They
Assassins.
showed up shortly after Gao took over, working with him and his guild. Inquisitor Lim seems to be in charge of the Lotus Assassins here. Gao and Lim don't get along. They both like to be in charge. Be careful if you run into Lim. There's something very wrong about him.
What do you know
Back
about
in
the
my day,
airships?
a pirate ship stayed on the water where it belonged. Now they've got some kind of factory up on the top floor where they build those blasted airships. There's something suspicious about those airships. Sure, the pirates use them, but I think that's just a cover so the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please. Ask away, and I'll
What
do
about
my best
something
to
else?
answer. Any enemy of Gao and the Lotus Assassins is a friend of mine.
Any idea about what I might run across?
Pirates are
in
hidden
this
away
place?
all through this lair. You shouldn't have too much trouble with them. One of Gao's new captains is around. Watch out for her. She's a tough one. Up near the top, you'll find the airships and Gao himself. Maybe Inquisitor Lim, too. He's so cold he could scare a spirit back to life, then scare him dead all over again. Gao
what do
the
you know of
Greater, as he
Gao?
calls himself. Gao himself came and took over our operations. He began building the flyers, and he made slaving our main activity. My own men turned on me. Now they treat me like a dog. A few months later, the
Okay. I'll ask you something else. If you were a pirate, how did you end up as
Oh, I
a
was more
servant?
than just a pirate. I was captain. I robbed and pillaged up and down these waters, but I did things differently. We sailed the waters, not the skies. Then Gao came with his Lotus Assassins and airships, and suddenly my ideas were old-fashioned. My men turned on me, and Gao kept me around as a broken-down servant. I spent my life as a pirate, and look where it got me. Now I'm barely above the slaves. If you see Gao, give him a kick for me, even if he's already dead.
Anything else that I need to know? Okay. Goodbye
Watch
for now.
yourself in this place. 1 minute you're on top, and the next you're on the bottom, bowing and scraping.
Let's see. Anyway, on we go. Oh, hello, party people. Get my focus back. Let's go and read this stand. The History of Flight, Volume 1. The first person to attempt flight was Cao Xiong, an early scholar who originally came from the prosperous East. Though his ideas were creative, they were hardly sound. Cao Xiong met an early end after he strapped several canisters of dragon powder to a bamboo chair and ignited it. It was at first rumored that he had survived the ill-fated mission, but few truly believed that anyone could have survived such a disastrous explosion. His death, however, was not completely in vain. Several of his writings were studied by later scholars, and some of his ideas were adapted for the first successful human flight. Let's talk to
Yes?
Zoo.
Is there something you want? I don't know what else I can do for you right now.
No. And I haven't got...
Goodbye then.
Wait. Am I able to...
It is an honor to fight at your side.
Let's talk to
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help.
I have some general questions.
I do not like... Maybe I just feel the...
Okay. Don't worry, be strong. We'll just go here. She's got the healing, so let's swap her to support for now, while we're here. Down here. Haha, yes.
The slaves! You'll pay for that, maggot!
Will I? If you scum have any sense at all, you'll stand aside. Let me go drive a blade through your master's throat and I'll forget I saw you.
Oh, certainly. We'll sit back and let you stroll upstairs to kill our leader. Would it help if we drew you a map to his room?
I don't think Gao would like that.
I wasn't serious, you idiot. We're going to kill this intruder and go back to our drinking.
Traffic.
He's just one man. He can't beat all of us.
Look around. The odds are not so much in your favor. There's still a chance for you to run.
What are you talking about, fool?
You haven't noticed my partner over there watching us? Don't let her grace and beauty fool you. She's deadly. This is your last chance to get out of here alive.
So, the thief brought a friend. That just means you won't die alone. Attack!
Thank you, Dawn Star.
How'd I know you'd be deadly in a fight? You'll have to accept my apologies for dragging you into that, but I can't afford to be stopped. Not now. My name is Sky. It's good to see there's someone else in this place who can't stand these slaving dogs. We make quite the pair.
Good thing I was here to save.
Indeed. I find I'm just not saved enough these days. Shame that. It was obvious you weren't with the pirates. Why not deal with them quickly? There's bigger game above us. Speaking of which, there's a very secure and equally intimidating gate blocking the way. If we work together, though, it'll be simple to crack.
How do you know your way around this place?
It's funny what things you can learn if you just ask at the right time. Like when you have a knife to someone's throat. Things like how to reach the upper levels of this place despite that security door. I'm here on a personal matter. A man in this place took something very valuable from me, and I intend to repay him the favor.
Is this man
If I had more
Greater?
time, I'd want to know what brought you here. I expect it's quite the tale. Yes, I hunt Gao the Greater, though I will not say why. It is a personal matter. I won't be stopped now that I'm this close, and luckily you're here. That'll make it easier to reach the upper levels where he hides himself away.
How do I know I can
You're here
trust
for your
you?
reasons, and I'm here for mine. Somehow I doubt they conflict. Besides, we'll need each other's help to get through that door.
Why are you here? How do you know your way around? Let's talk about this plan of yours. How do we
The door at the
get
top of
past
this
that door?
stair is locked through a fairly ingenious mechanism. Gao's engineer, Kang the Mad, designed it for security.
Yeah, he becomes one of our people. I forgot about Kang. I don't think of pirates as ingenious.
Oh, I don't know. They're good with knots. Kang the Mad is a crafty fellow. The door requires 2 to unlock it. Up high there is a platform with a release lever. The door must be operated while the lever is held forward. There used to be a sentry up there who handled that kind of thing, but he had an accident. I can climb up and pull the lever easily enough. You can open the door when it's unlocked.
What's on the other side
My
of that
best
door?
guess would be guards willing to die for their master. You shouldn't have too much trouble helping them reach that goal. Once the door is open, we can go our separate ways. I have my goals, and I'm sure you have yours. Since we both have much to do, why don't I go unlock the door now?
Why don't we work together after
Coming
the
from
door
you,
is
that's a
open?
tempting offer. I'm a fool to turn you down. But I think what I've come here to do is something I must do alone. I should go now, but I have to ask in case we never meet again. Where did you study?
I trained under Master
You must have
Lee
been a
of TV.
genius. You fight like no one I've seen before.
I've heard this kind of thing before. What's so strange about how I fight?
It's not so much strange as it is intriguing. No one I've ever met fights like you do. It's subtle, but your movements bait your foes into seeing an opening that isn't there. It's like a clever trap. I'm sorry, I'm wasting time neither of us can spare. I'll get ready and pull the lever when you're near the door. Good luck with whatever brought you to this place.
I know you. I saw you at Tian's Landing. I'm Yong Yifeng. Do you remember me? My daughter and I left town to try our luck in the wilderness. How did you end up here? We didn't get far outside the town before a flyer landed right in front of us. These pirates dragged us inside and brought us here to sell us as slaves. They took Theo, my daughter. They took her to the upper levels. I can't leave without her, please. You have to find Theo. Don't worry, I'll find Theo for you. The slave breaker took her. Please don't let him hurt my Theo. Theo, please. Find my daughter and bring her back to me.
I am restored.
Whoop. Didn't mean to hit that button. You came that way. And up you go. Yo, monkey dudes.
Be
We'll
careful
see
in
Sky
here. This
then.
could be a trap.
Actually, you know. So I should keep with the reach for the hard guys. Though these guys are seeming a lot harder as well. I think this is trapped. Doesn't matter, I'll probably open it anyway. For fuck's sake. Yep. Need... Okay. Use focus to get to the focus font. That's so smart. Whee! Or shrine, whatever it is. It looks like a giant teapot. Just trying to think. I think that will run into King shortly. I think this way. I think this level. Yes, this is King's workshop.
Mistress, I am almost ready to return to the Imperial City. Another day, and I will bring you the amulet fragment.
I lose confidence in you with each passing hour, Lim. You should have been back by now. Why haven't you ordered Gao to grant you one of his flyers?
Mistress, Gao's ships are only small flyers. They're good for short-range flights and raiding villages, but not for long journeys. That's why I haven't returned yet.
Don't try to pin your failings on me, Lim. I've delivered everything I promised. It's only a matter of time until I finish the special dragonfly to transport the artifact to the Imperial City.
Until you finish? I designed that dragonfly. I built it, not Gao. That dragonfly is Kang's masterpiece.
Silence the mad fool.
I've heard rumors of a spy disrupting our operations in the Southland. Maybe this is all too much for you to handle. Perhaps I should come out there personally.
That will not be necessary, Mistress. I will deal with the troublemaker here and return to the Imperial City in one day. You heard Mistress Jia. I can't waste any more time here. Get that flyer finished now.
Jia is not my mistress, Lim, and I don't take orders from you either. Remember, if not for my son, you would never have discovered where the glorious strategist was hiding.
I am well aware of your son's role in all this, Gao. In fact, I suspect I know more about him than you do.
What are you talking about? Have you heard something about young Gao? Tell me!
Of course, Gao. I was just waiting for the perfect time to tell you. I received a report from the destruction of 2 rivers. Your son, Gao the Lesser, is dead.
No! This can't be! You lie!
I speak the truth. It seems your son was no match for one of the other students. From the condition of his body, it sounds like he died quite painfully.
No! Young Gao was everything to me. Damn you and your black heart. Damn you!
I want to be alone. I must grieve for my son. No one's to disturb me. No one.
If I can get to the Imperial City fast enough, I can give the amulet fragment to Death's Hand himself. Then Grand Inquisitor Jia may be in for a surprise. We shall see. Get to work, mad fool. Do whatever it takes to get that ship built. I will take a short-range flyer and check on some of our other operations in the area. If the marvelous dragonfly is not ready to launch when I return,
those captive demons will have a new playmate.
Interruptions. Who designed that dragonfly? Did you build something to make his sandals explode?
Uh-huh. In we go. Hello, boys. Oh, and girls.
Okay. Well, with your punching and kicking. I was going to make more of an explodey thing, but kicking worked well too. I am Kang, the man. I make things explode, and I make things fly, and I'm very good at both. The things I fly tend to survive. The things I explode, not so much. Do I build flyers? Do I build flyers? Yes. Have you heard differently? Fantastical things, but misused by Gao and his cohorts. I have saved the best for myself. My greatest invention is in the launch room upstairs. Light and fast, she has weapons and capacity no other flyer does. The marvelous dragonfly.
You built Gao a special flyer?
Under protest, Gao does not appreciate what I make. He misuses, and worse, he duplicates and diminishes their glory. Well, no more. The dragonfly will not function. Gao wants to give my machine to the Lotus Assassins, but I stopped him. I hid the extraneous dust inductor where no one will find it. Try to fly without that. But they can make a new inductor. It is extraneous after all. So, a few days ago, I blew up the inscrutable power source. Now the dragonfly can only make short hops.
Will you help me against Gao and the Lotus Assassins?
Yes, of course. What do you think I've been saying? You need to listen more carefully. If you stage a combat-related accident for Gao, like falling down a flight of punches, I'll replace the inductor on the dragonfly, and we can fly away. What do you say?
I agree. I will see what I can do.
You are sure to profit from this partnership. In fact, I've never accidentally exploded anyone traveling with me, so that alone is a benefit of my presence. Anyway, you go ahead, and once all the kicking is done, I'll come along and we'll see what's what. For now, let me think. We'll need explosives that explode. Questions are good. Questions. It means the wheels are turning. But make it quick. I never let asking get in the way of doing.
Have you seen a young woman named
Is she one of the slaves? The slave breaker let a girl through this morning. I did not hear her name, but no one else has been brought by. I will restate and reiterate as necessary, but I would like to get back to my tools.
How did you come to be
here? That's a long story, from what I remember. Some experiments went wrong in my old workshop. Explosions. A few estates burned down. Some other things happened. Gao bribed some officials just as I was about to be quartered by 5 horses. Or would that be Quintin? Well, regardless, he brought me here to work for him.
Gao rescued you, but you want me to kill him?
Sure, he rescued me, but only to acquire my inventions and misuse them. You don't send dozens of flyers against pitiful villages. There's no elegance to a swarm. Just like you don't use explosives inspired by the great dragon to carve a treasure chamber. A menial use of power without even a decent crater to show for it.
If I use your inventions wrong, you'll turn on me?
But if I offer advice, you should at least consider it. Gao ignores guidance. Listen to me, and I'll keep the marvelous dragonfly the best flyer in the air.
You mentioned Gauss treasure
Just
table?
next to the launch room. I don't know how you get in or out, because it is, after all, behind a massive immobile door. I can think of one way to open it, but I don't have a lever long enough, so you'll have to use your head. Well, not literally.
I have other questions. Have you seen an old man named Master Lee?
No, I don't think so. Well, I am not so good with names, or faces. Dates are bad too, but I remember my own handiwork. Several older flyers stopped here briefly. They were full of Lotus assassins, and one big assassin in black armor who seemed to be in charge. Very big, unpleasant look on his mask. They had a prisoner with them, or so I heard, and they all seemed nervous about it. The flyers left for the Imperial City soon after. Does that help?
I have more questions. What do you know about Assassin?
I would like to put something explodey in his food, just to see if it would make him blink, because that one has dead eyes, like he's missing something. Sometimes he is here, sometimes he is not.
One of his eyes?
I don't know right now which is true, but I know he is dangerous. Very dangerous. Yes, goodbye.
Okay.
Go and leave me to think.
Anything else? That's the... Oh, here we go. Intuition gem. Can't go that way yet. Just have to come around. There we go. Hello, peeps. Jump. Oh, seriously? Cool. Level up. So let's get this up high. And should probably start using Stone Immortal. Storm Dragon. Okay, let's no. Oh, we got that right. Let's move this. Diaflame. Let's turn it to Stone Immortal now. Though, I mostly use my sword at this particular juncture. Yep.
Please, don't burn me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do anything you want.
I'm sure you will, child. But deep inside you think you're not a slave. Only true pain will wash away these thoughts.
Now wait a minute. These slaves will be house servants. I'll not have my guests served by a young woman with burns and marks on her face.
You can have your slaves when they're broken, not a moment before.
Help me, please.
You wandered into the wrong room, slave.
Longsword.
Oh, I can't wait until I can get that move. I really like that move. The carries that he's got on. Whoa. You killed him. I've never seen such violence.
Mother and I met you when we were trying to get out of Tien's Landing.
Quiet, girl. A slave doesn't speak unless spoken to. Don't speak to her like that. What? Why not? A slave has to know her place. If I'm going to have to train these slaves myself, I should get a discount.
I don't want to be a slave. I just want to get out of this place.
The girl is not for sale. What? This is an outrage. Do you know how long I traveled to get here? Do you know how long I spent negotiating the purchase of these slaves? Get away from my daughter, you wretched man. You, what are you doing here? How did you get away from the guards? Why aren't you with the rest of the slaves? The guards are dead, the slaves are free, and more than a few of them are looking for you. You don't want them to find you. No, this can't be. I have to get out of here. Thank you, my lady. I have my daughter back, and we are free. If I had any type of reward to give you, it would be yours. We will return to Tien's Landing and tell the entire town of your great deeds. I'm sure Minister Sheng will reward you for helping us. Come, Fuyao. Let's go. The others are waiting for us.
I'm glad you're safe, Mother.
Let's see, anything around? Nope. Okay. Up we go. I actually quite like this map. It's a cool little hideout.
Did you see Gao when he went by? There was fire in his eyes.
There's always fire in his eyes. Dark magic burns inside him.
Yeah, but this time it was worse. Better stay out of his way for the next little while. Something really set him off.
Wait a minute. You there! Who are you? You can't be up here.
Look, this place, like, if it was real, like a real life place, I'd really like to check it out. Workshop. Lower Pirates Island. See, it's so cool. So up so tall. Okay.
Longsword!
Ah, the demons.
I am Lisa.
That's right, I haven't. This is where you first take on a horse lord, or a horse demon. Whoop. Okay. Oh, damn it.
Longsword.
Okay, that literally walked through me in the cutscene, but okay. I have a feeling I'm doing a lot better than I used to.
the weapons on that flyer were active. That's certainly one way to take care of a door.
The History of Flight Volume 2. The first known successful flight was made by Mad Flong. Though he had studied to become a scholar, he was kicked out of the school for destroying one of their buildings. Based on the history books, it is difficult to determine if Fong was a genius or insane. Either way, his techniques were original and in the end successful. Though his first several attempts were unsuccessful, he refused to give up. Despite the costs and the obvious danger to his own life, Fong persevered until he completed his first prototype flyer. The flyer didn't do much more than hop across the landscape, but it was a start. A year later, he was able to travel for nearly a mile before crashing, and unfortunately dying in the process. Here we go. Jade Empire Bestiary, Volume 4. The Dangers of Demons. The average person is never likely to come across one of these horrific beings. Demons are some of the most dangerous and malevolent beings in all of the Jade Empire. Though some demons are not evil, they are all powerful, and rarely can they be trusted. If confronted by a malicious demon, it is important to remember that they are usually immune to magic, especially the larger demons. You can successfully combat them with weapons and simple martial styles. Strangely enough, on those rare occasions when demons and ghosts are seen to tangle the strange magic used by the Strangely enough, on those rare occasions when demons and ghosts were seen to tangle, the strange magic used by the ghosts seemed to affect these malevolent beasts. Okay, I think I understood that. Configuration of the horse. Oh, no. Okay, I have no idea what I just picked up. Oh, no. There we go. You found this strange excerpt from a diary. The pages were torn from the book, but kept together as if they were an important secret. In his ravings, my husband talked of madmen with eyes of metal and of strange islands in the sky. His words frightened me, but none more than when he clenched my arm suddenly. Lucid, it's the tiger, he said, fever burning in his eyes. The tiger feeds on the stone of the cow, torn from the bovine's innards. All but the cogs are waiting and active, waiting for the tiger to feed. After his recovery, my husband remembered nothing of his ravings. Damn it. My husband remembered nothing of his journey or of his ravings, except one.
Look at that flyer. It's beautiful. The Marvelous Dragonfly is the perfect name.
Okay. Cool. This has to be the treasure vault. Oh, look, it's a horse. A horse.
Some sort of magic binds this demon.
Elephant demon.
I never expected Gao the Greater to be so powerful.
This area is forbidden. Only Gao himself is allowed to enter. You must be destroyed.
What are you?
Nor
I have no
are
quarrel
you.
with you.
But the power of Gao's magic compels me. He summoned me to this place and bound me to guard this chamber. The penalty for all who enter is death. I, Zhanxi, the great elephant demon, must crush you.
Xianxi. Should have come here after. Gem of the Frail Scholar. Mind +1 plus 100% experience from books. Body -3. This gem has passed through the hands of many great scholars and men and women of learning. Their dedication and experience has been passed on into this essence gem. The gem expands its wielder's mind, drawing on the scholar's past experience, but the wielder will feel the weight of years much more greatly. Let's get rid of that for now and put that on. What? That's not what I want to do. Hit that. No. Focus shrine. Eek. Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that if I can't, I feel like I've done something wrong and can't remember. Oh, look. Something to do with the... I can't. Damn. I think I did the wrong thing. I just can't remember. Oh well. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go back, leave off going in the treasure chamber,
Longsword!
go and deal with Gao first, before I, go and talk to Flashy, how to say something.
Look at that flyer. It's beautiful. The marvelous dragonfly is the perfect name.
I must have grabbed that before because I don't remember having that.
Longsword!
Sorry, Dawn Star. Okay. Save this. Let's go deal with Gao. Go up. Body. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of that one and put thick skin, no, soft pedal there for now.
You dare disturb me in my grief? I said no interruptions. You will pay for it. Wait. You are not one of my servants. I know you. You are one of Master Li's students. You were the one who killed my son Gao.
I didn't want to kill him. He left me no choice.
Your words mean nothing. You are a murderer, a killer. Gao was everything to me. Now he's gone. Damn you, that school. My Gao was never good enough for Master Li. You were always his prize pupil. Now my son is... Gao may be gone, but I will avenge him. I know the styles your broken old master taught you, and I know how to beat them. I promise your death will be both slow and
Away.
Dead already. Damn it all. I wanted nothing more than to watch this man die.
He's dead. Why does it matter?
It matters because he deserved to die by my hands. No, that's not right. I should be thanking you. Besides, after I left you, I stumbled across something just as important. Let me explain why I'm here. That should clarify things. You saw with your own eyes that these pirates were collecting slaves, right?
I also saw you free slaves.
True enough. I have a particular hatred for slavers. Gao's slaving operation found its way to my home several years ago. I was away at the time, but my daughter was there. Those black-hearted bastards took my daughter, Pin Mei. They killed her for resisting them. She was my only child. I lost her mother when Pin Mei was born, but my daughter was something precious in return. The slavers offered no such consolation.
That's horrible.
It has been 3 years since I lost my daughter, and I have spent that time tracking down the men who took her. My search led me here, to the lair of Gao the Greater. His men took my daughter, and I meant to even the score. On my way up here, I stumbled across records that show that this goes beyond Gao. The Lotus Assassins are his primary buyers.
Gao the Great is providing them with flyers.
Is that so?
Well.
There can be no doubt, then. This goes beyond Gao the Greater. I have my vengeance, but how many others have suffered as I have because of the Lotus Assassins? Do you mean to go further with this? I would join you. Only a fool would oppose the Lotus Assassins, but two fools working together stand a better chance than one.
It will be good to have you
It'll be an
along.
honor to join you. Oh, and I stumbled across a little something on my way up here. It's probably something you need.
What is it?
Hey, that's the dust inductor I was hiding. The dragonfly can't fly without it. It was under the floorboards in my workshop last I looked. Well, next time I hide something, I'm packing explosives around it. Yes, explosives shaped like silver bananas. Stops thieves, monkeys, and monkey thieves in one fell swoop. Yeah.
In my mind, you stand the best chance of facing down Gao's masters. We also have a far greater chance of succeeding together rather than apart.
I don't know if I trust this man, but we can't afford to turn away potential allies, not with what lies ahead.
What man could remain constant under the scrutiny of such beauties? Still, you will find me a true companion.
Glad to have you aboard, Sky.
I assure you, I will be as devoted and capable as any of your other companions.
Ha! If I could harness all that hot air, I could make a furnace to power the whole of the Imperial City. Well, if you're done with all the talking, I have to go make the dragonfly ready for some flying.
Woot. Yes. Ziffer case. This box is obviously the main case for a type of musical instrument called a zither. Designed to be played across a lap or at a table, a zither normally has strings stretched atop the soundboard and a bridge to hold the strings of the case, but both are missing. Well, I got silk strings. The History of Flight Volume 3. Several years after Mad Frog's first successful flight, a scholar from the south discovered the unusual device known simply as the inscrutable power source. A few years later, scholar Xu Wen came up with a design for a flyer that used this mysterious new device. Initial attempts broadened on apocalyptic, in one case destroying half of a mountainside and the village that lay below. Several scholars tried to outlaw the use of this strange new energy source, but Xu Wen continued his experiments until at last he was successful. Unfortunately, his prototype was too successful. Both he and the flyer took off at great speed toward the north, and neither was ever seen again. Thanks, Hogwarts. Oh, something. Strength of wood, health +2, literary, granted by your studies of the history of flight. An ancient technique that strengthens a warrior's body until his skin becomes as tough as wood. Though the skin looks unchanged, it is tougher and more resilient than normal. Okay, I don't think there's anything else up here. Let's go check out this treasure chamber. Oh, excuse me.
Some sort of magic binds this demon. I never expected Gao the Greater to be so powerful.
This area is forbidden. Only Gao himself is allowed to enter. You must be destroyed. You lie, mortal. This place is the domain of Gao. Not even the Lotus assassins know about it. He did not send you. Nor
I have no
you.
quarrel with you.
But the power of Gao's magic compels me. The penalty for...
Okay, hang on. I think there's a way that I can get through this without killing him.
Some sort of...
This area... Nor I... The...
Longsword!
I tried to save you. Oh, that was the trapped one. I'm a dummy. Body +2, intimidation +2. Only the followers. Wait, no, wait, is that the one I had? Some of the wisest mages and sages radiate as such a sense of peace and understanding that their uncanny calm almost seems threatening. This gem has been in the possession of such individuals, and their aura is of inhuman calm is challenged. Oh God, is channeled through this gem, granting the wielder that same unnerving peace and strength. There has to be the one I had before. But that's the one. Okay. There's the Scholar's one. I wish I had the other part of the amulet so I could do the Scholar's one as well. We'll see shortly. Something that I can do with them. Just can't even remember.
Hey! Ha ha! Much kicking and such. It really gets the blood flowing. And explosions. Lots of blood flowing from those too. I replaced the dust inductor. The marvelous dragonfly will cross the sky at your whim for a short way. The heavens welcome my machines, but not without considerable cajoling. If you want to fly more than a short distance, I will need an inscrutable power source.
I have an inscrutable power source.
What wonders cling to you, my friend? There were only 2 in this whole region, and I destroyed one so Inquisitor Lim would not make off with my marvelous dragonfly. The other was with the Lotus Assassins, but the fools only used it for demolition. Now, here you stand with it. I will put it in the dragonfly, and it will be ready to go. Not the ideal placement. If it shook more, the heavens might think we were afraid and take pity. This is more stable, but not as fun. Okay, she's ready to go. Hop on. I know a nice, safe landing place just outside Tien's Landing. Very unlikely we'll crash.
What about Rude? He was waiting to send me back.
Don't worry about that. When the marvelous dragonfly takes off, the earth shakes and the sky trembles. You can't miss it. Your friend will see us take off, and he'll head back to town on his own. I'll stay
I'm not
here
ready
with the
to
flyer.
leave yet.
I'll keep her warm, so she'll be ready when you want to fly us back to town.
We should get back to town and be on our way.
How I know that there's more to go on here. I just can't. Treasure room. Can't remember what there is to be able to do here.
I am restored.
Okay, stop it. Okay. Oh, that's not what I want. Well, I knew there was like the secret place here. Something to do with that there. And I just cannot remember how to get it. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get the secret stash. I can't. That's frustrating. Find how to do it. So, oh, no, that's for the door. Wait, if I close the door, what do you think? There's me out of it, of course. Okay, let's head.
Are you ready to go back to Tien's Landing now? I know a nice, safe landing place just outside of town. Very unlikely we'll crash. Very unlikely.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Everybody on board! The marvelous Dragonfly is about to take flight!
Shrieking Fury. Attack. Bullshit. Remember that one being so hard back in the day.
This new flyer seems nicer than the one we took from Gal the Lesser. Although, I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
No, no. The marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gal. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected. A shame I can't leave it on the ground for all to see, but I'm not going through all this just to have it stripped to the frame by local brats. I'll call it back if we need it.
How do you control it from this distance?
Well, it's much like the dilemma of the centipede. If he relaxes and lets things happen, he can walk naturally all day long, his 100 legs not missing a step. But if he thinks too hard about the complexity of what he's doing, those legs might crash into the tea house and kill everyone. A valuable lesson.
I will speak to you when I am ready to make use of your machine king.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help.
I'm interested in how you are, Dawnstar. Is there anything
I'm trying to
bothering
feel
you?
good about what happened at Gao's fortress, the lair of his pirates. We went looking for our master and perhaps another flyer. What we found, I was not prepared for how cruel people could be. Seeing those people with no control over their fates, it is similar to a pain in my past that I have not thought about for a long time.
Do you speak? You don't speak much about your life before
I would
the school.
not dream of saying my experience is similar to those poor people in Gao's fortress. But that lack of control, I know that well. One of the only things I know about myself is that on the morning I was born, the sky was red, like distant mountains were on fire. Perhaps it was dirge burning, as Zeus said. I believe it was an ill omen, and that stigma is why my abilities became a burden. That's why I must have been left at the school. To be subject to the whims of someone else just because of what you are, be you slave or outsider. Yes, I know that well.
I'm beginning to feel some of that myself.
Yes, you are an outsider too, albeit one with power to change your world. I think the slaves in the pirate lair would greatly appreciate your skill in defense. And I would make great use of your confidence. You inspire me to think of the possibilities, not just the problems. I'm gaining an appreciation for the person you are becoming. Perhaps we should speak on these matters again sometime. I will answer what I can.
General questions.
Zoo made it quite clear what we must...
Okay.
Be well, my friend.
Okay. So
what do you want?
Talk to you.
You need to
what do you think
repair
of
your
our current
ship
situation?
for the place you're going and the man you want to find? The Guardian says it's a mightier task than you think, but that you're special too. I think you're... The Guardian wouldn't like me talking about that. He's busy now. The other is hurting, and he's keeping him inside. All the evil that has been done makes him stronger.
Who is the other?
I shouldn't say. Just by naming him, thinking of him, it draws him closer to the surface, gives him more power. The Guardian said that in all things there is balance, and for light there is dark within each of us. The other is his darkness, for the good he has to do. That's what he says.
The other is like the Guardian?
I can't talk about him. Already he hears me, and the Guardian is having trouble keeping him back. Please, don't mention him again. The Guardian is my friend. He's a part of me. But the other is a part of me, too. Sometimes they pull so hard in different ways, I can't.
Be strong, Wildflower.
I try to be strong, and the Guardian gives me hope. But sometimes it's all I can do to convince me I'm still myself. Will you stay with me and keep me in myself?
I'll help you, Wildflower.
Thank you. I'll try not to be a bother. But the Guardian says we must stay with you. I hope you'll be my friend. Is there anything else you wanted?
Not for
okay.
Now. Let's talk to Zoo. Nope.
Yes? Is there something you want? I've said enough for the time being. The events that surround you cause me... I don't know. Goodbye,
there's nothing else I could get from him. Hey, baby boy.
Something's on your mind?
Always. Do you have a minute to
course.
talk?
I was just thinking about things. Gao richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen.
How does that make you feel?
I feel fine, but determined. Our work isn't done, but we've taken a small step by removing that stain upon the Empire's honor.
How did you track
Gao's
down?
slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her. I was too late. Pin Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through. I found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone.
That's terrible. I'm sorry to bring this up.
It's fine. Thank you for your concern, but for the most part, I've come to terms with her death. But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish.
Things like this are important to develop.
You're right, but we have to pick our time, and now isn't it. We can talk about this later.
What do you know about this
I only spent
area?
enough time in Tian's Landing to learn the location of Gao the Greater's stronghold. It's a nice enough place, though they're still adjusting to the flooding of the old town some years ago. We were talking about Gao earlier, but now isn't really the time to finish that conversation. Give me a bit to digest what's happened, and then I promise to regale you with the story of how I found him.
Okay. That's all I need.
Always happy to help.
I'm going to...
Finally a chance to stretch my legs.
Sky. Attack dual sabers. Support recovers your focus. Sky's attacks can damage spirit. Sky is a dashing rogue and a skilled thief, with a tongue as sharp as the twin sabers he uses in combat. Speak with Kang to access Dragonfly minigames and to travel. The aptly named Kang the Mad is the brilliant inventor of the marvelous Dragonfly. While he won't join in on a fight, he offers perilous adventures of his own. Here.
No. I must stay at the camp to look after the marvelous Dragonfly.
Let's see. And stone immortal. Let's get this there. Okay, for now I'm just gonna leave this here for a sec. I'm gonna have a little break and then I will be back. So I hope you guys are enjoying this thus far. If you're interested in any of my future or past Let's Plays, you can find them here on Twitch, over in Collections, and over on YouTube. It'll be awesome if you can follow me on any of my socials, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.